If you're a fellow Gen X or someone 50, 60 and over, I want to share with you how I'm building my email retirement fund. Yes, my friend, an email retirement fund. Let's walk. So here we are, walking on the trails, and you might be thinking, Ryan, what the heck is an email retirement fund? That sounds a little, a little bit hypey, a little cheesy. And here's the reality of it. So I've been building businesses since the late 90s online, and 80 to 90% of all of my income, the millions and millions of dollars we've generated, have come from email. Email is the thing. It is your business. It's your biggest asset. It's your customers. It's how you generate the revenue and the income, because your income, especially if you're building one of these lifestyle type businesses, comes on the back end. It's not necessarily the front end, right? So when you have email addresses, you have people you could reach out to, there's value in it. There's a lot of value in it. And what happens is most people are emailing wrong. So they are emailing, maybe they email once a month. It's funny, got to make sure I'm full here. We were meeting up with friends. We were on vacation and we met them out in California, and she owns an e-commerce company that sells kids clothing, like kids pajamas and things like that. And we were talking about email. I said, well, how often do you email? She's like, well, I only email once a year to tell them about a big sale. I said, well, how does it go? She says, make like $100,000 just from that one email. I'm like, well, imagine if you emailed them more often. She says, well, I don't want to bother them. And that's a big mistake. And we're going to talk about that in upcoming videos, how to email and how to email better. And by the way, if you're interested in learning more about that, just write below the word email, E-M-A-I-L. You know how to spell that. Just write that below. But so I've been emailing for decades, and most marketers will tell you, well, an email, it's going to be worth 50 cents, 75 cents, maybe $1 per subscriber per month. Meaning if you had a list of 3,000 people, it can be worth $1,500 a month up to like $3,000 a month. Good numbers, right? Very, very good, solid numbers. Mine are anywhere, and this is going to sound like I'm bragging, and I'm really not. I'm just telling you the facts, are low end $3. But now that I'm kind of on my second act, it's usually around $10 to $15 per email per month. That's not per customer. That's total email value. That's the retirement plan, because I had a conversation with my good buddy Mike, who's had a lot of successful e-commerce companies and email companies. And we were chatting, and he said something to me. This was years ago. This was 10 years ago. And he said, Ryan, imagine what happens if you add a zero onto the end of your list. So my list at the time, that was before I sold my company, it was like 220,000. I'm like, oh my God, if I add a zero, it's like millions of dollars a month. He said, exactly. When you focus and you say, okay, my email, getting back to the, my long story, to getting back to an email retirement fund, if you look at it as like, okay, the email is the value, but it's the relationship, right? The relationship with your subscriber really is the value. But if that is the thing, if that's the most important thing, if every one of those email subscribers can be worth $1, $3, $5, $15, $20 per month, think about what that means as a retirement fund, right? So even now that I'm about to be 52, if every month I add another 1,500 to 2,000 subscribers, that's thousands more per month without me necessarily having to put in more effort. And you might say, well, this is cool, but what do I write about? What do I sell? What do I do? And that's the best part. Like now that if you're watching this and you're Gen X adjacent, 40, 50, 60 above, we've been living life, right? We have a lot of experience. We've lived through recessions. We've maybe had health issues. Maybe we're at the point now, if you have kids, you're becoming an empty nester. Maybe you are an empty nester. Maybe you're becoming a grandparent. Maybe you've lost one of your parents or both of your parents. Like, we're going through a lot of changes. We've lived a lot of life. And your business, your emails could be about anything. Now, I'm always going to be real with you. I'm not going to say, hey, I can write about, oh, look how lovely the trees are. And people are going to pay me. No, they're not going to pay you money. They don't really care. That's nice, but that's not really how you build a valuable email list. The key is solving problems, right? So taking this, for example, the woods, maybe you're teaching people how to do hikes or competitive trail running or getting fit in the woods. I had a fitness DVD decades ago called Playground Workouts. So it was just working out at the playground. I know, old school. But if you're selling things that people want and you're solving problems, that's where the real value is. And that is when an email, once you get them into your world, you get them onto your list, you could then offer different products and programs. So let's say we're doing hiking. Let's say you're 62 years old. You have 2 grown kids and you stay fit. You love doing trail hiking and walking and fitness in the woods. There's back-end programs you can offer saying, I have a 20-minute workout, I have a stretch workout, I have a mobility workout in the woods. I'm going to teach you the pre-workout nutrition in the woods, how to find the right trails, how to get the right gear. And you may say, well, who the heck is going to pay me for that, right? Why are they going to pay me for that? All this stuff is free on YouTube. I mean, after all, you're watching this for free on YouTube. But the reality is people will pay for information that's packaged well. We're going to discuss this and further things. Check out ryanlee.com. I got a lot of stuff for you. But anyway, so there's that opportunity, right, to sell packaged information. There's what we call in the marketing world continuity income, which are memberships. So maybe every week you do different trail workouts and it's $20 a month. And every time you get new subscribers onto your list, it has more value and there's more income and there's recurring revenue coming in. And now you might say, well, Ryan, I don't even want to create products and programs. I just want to make money through email. And again, I know that sounds hypey and cheesy, but then what I would do is as you're building a list and as you're building relationships with people, you could then offer programs as an affiliate. You can make commissions. You can get and now I know I'm making this sound easier than it is, but there are programs like, let's say there's a trail mix company and you want to mention them and promote them. They can give you a commission for every sale you make. You don't even have to have any products or programs or customer support. The most valuable company I ever created was called ProGrade Nutrition. And it was the back end. We created the whole back end supplement company for all of these fitness pros I was teaching at the time. And we paid 30% lifetime commissions. Our top affiliate, this guy Mike, who's one of my good friends now, we were paying him over $1 million a year just in commission. He didn't have to do customer support. He didn't have to do product formulation. He didn't have to deal with shipping, with manufacturing, nothing. He just promoted us with a link and got paid. You know, it's when you have a list, there's no limit to what you could do and how you can earn income on the back. You can have workshops. You could say, hey, meet me here. Like these trails are all my backyard. We can say, meet me here and let's go for a nature walk together. And it's $200. I mean, there's no limit to what you can do, but it is coming down to an email list, your relationship with the email list, and then making offers. I am going to talk about this more. Again, if you want more information about how to write better emails and building your email list, just type email below and I'm putting together a special report. I'll send that over to you. But that's the retirement fund. That's what I'm calling right now, tentatively titled. I might change the name of it. It's tentatively titled the Email Retirement Fund, because that's what it is. It's the value is building the list and getting that relationship and then offering products and programs on the back end. All the other stuff. If you're on YouTube here, if you're posting on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or X, wherever it is, that is really meant to drive people to your website, to your email list, and then you can offer products, programs, services. You could have sponsorships. There's so much you can do. But if every subscriber is at minimum worth $1 per month, up to $5 or $10 or $15 per month, think about what that does to your income. I mean, that is a really good retirement fund. And then because you have customer data and there's value, like you're not just creating products and then they disappear, like you actually have an audience. That's a very sellable asset. I've exited 6 companies and every single one, the most valuable asset was my email list by far, even more than like a proprietary nutrition formula or bars or greens. It was the value in the list, not just a big list, but a list. And you can make you could do really well with a small, tight list. We're going to talk about that more. Again, just write email below. I'll hook you up, my friend. But if you're enjoying this, watch the next video. Subscribe at ryanlee.com. We got so much more coming. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got to go build my email list. Time to retire. All right, I'll see you on the next video.